How's it going, everyone? Let's go over a very popular ticker. The ticker that we're going to go over is Plug. It had over 389 million volume, so this is definitely one I want to look for. And when I'm looking at these smaller cap penny stocks here, this is an awesome setup I'd like to see. This thing has had volume all throughout the history. You can see it has tons and tons of volume. So there's nothing you have to worry about this. Now we are starting to make a very solid uptrend idea. This is the first time we're really dramatically hitting this upper Keltner channels at my extreme overextended settings. You can see right in here, we've had this dramatic EMA 50 on the top, so we had this downtrend, and now we're starting to see the EMA 50 at the bottom, creating an uptrend. So you can see when price come to this 50, we made beautiful upsize moves. I'm looking for this price to easily come back down to these EMAs. I do not want to buy when it's way up in here, all right? Because it's like throwing a dart. We can also look at major support resistance. You can see that we are coming up into a big resistance where we had a big move down. So it's very important to look at these resistance areas and just mark them out. So look at this. We had touch here, down, touch here, down. So spend an extra spend some time to look at that, these areas, touch here down, and then the next area that we need to reclaim, would be this area here, right? So we need to see, obviously, when we went a little further down and we went here, are we going to have a repeat where we come here, where we get close, and we just keep coming dramatically down? We will see. But this is a nice, solid opportunity where you could catch right here we hit this upper KC, so it tells me it's a very strong uptrend. And the more farther it goes down to these more valuable EMAs, like this EMA 20 and 50, are way more better than coming to the 5. But you can still see we still had a beautiful dead cat bounce there that you could have made money. And once you're up, I tell people once you're up 10%, go break even. That way, if it does pull back down, you can at least get, you don't lose money and take it at a higher value EMA. But this is the first time we crossed. We can look at the weekly chart. You can see that the EMA 50 is at the very top. How convenient. Every time we hit this EMA 50, we had a dramatic move down. This is the first time where this EMA 50 is starting to curl into an uptrend. This is the first time in a very long time, literally years and years of data, where it just could not, realistically become at the very bottom. You can see it can get above it. So if this really starts to curl, which we can possibly see, this could make an uptrend for years to come on that weekly chart. But what I do want to say, definitely look at the daily chart and look for at least a pullback. I would say right on this area here at $2.30. It could easily pull back to that EMA 5. We'll see if it just gives a dead cat bounce or it continues higher. That's where I would be looking for. You can see right in here, we hit this, came back to the 5 and bounced higher. But I would be looking at those areas of the resistance that we broke out that now should be support. Like right in here is beautiful support where we broke out. This was the initial breakout. The minute we broke out, it just kept going up. So I would love for around this $2.02, right where that EMA 10. And obviously as time goes, when you're in uptrend, the EMAs curl up. This is a beautiful looking chart. And like I said, when I was looking at the weekly, this reminds me a whole lot like Intel. You guys seen Intel Corp, right? This is the first time we were going above. You can see the EMA 50 is starting to curl to the downside on the weekly. This could make a beautiful uptrend to years to come. You can see we've had a downtrend for a while, had an uptrend for a little bit, and then we can have an uptrend. And that's literally what I'm seeing with Plug. But Plug was so oversold chart that, this is so due for that move up. So I could see this happening. Let's see what this has in store. You can look at the news, read a bunch of the news, but the chart tells me everything where this is, looking for a beautiful move. I'm looking for this here, this retest to this area here. This would be the best entry. But then again, like I said, that EMA 5 could be a beautiful bounce. You have these two support areas. I would be looking to add on this area here. So you can get a bounce there, but if it decides to go a little bit lower, I would be looking for that area where it could easily make a move up. So that EMA 5 can easily act as support, which is aligned with this top wick, and then this EMA 10 is aligned with this top wick here for daily support. Daily support resistance, you can't go wrong. You can easily see, just take some time and look at it. There's big resistance here. So it's going to be really hard for the Bears to go, Bulls to go through this. So let's wait for a pullback and let's keep knocking on this door. So when we go up, we push it through. We've hit this door, this ceiling many times. We hit it here. Once we broke this lower level here, it now became resistance, and now we can see. We'll see if we come through that. All right, guys. If you guys are confused about what my chart, I have a Discord to set up your chart like this. I use Keltner's. It tells me when something is extremely overextended. Like, look at this, weekly coming up into this upper Keltner, daily or upper resistance here, and same thing with the daily. This is unsustainable. It needs to pull back. It was quite above this KC here. I say a pullback, but this is an extremely bullish chart. It's just, this tells me we need to wait for a pullback. All right, so I'm buying the $2.02 and $2.29. That's where I'm going to look to add. I think those are two very good areas to add. And obviously, it went up with tons of volume. I mean, there's tons and tons of volume on plug, so that's something to keep on watch. All right, guys, if you guys want to join the Discord, click the link down below in YouTube comments below, and in the description, it'll say join the premium Discord for my alerts. It'll take you to this free chat landing page. If you want to become a member, all you have to do is hit how to subscribe and hit the hashtag day trade alerts. It's super easy to subscribe. Use your computer to subscribe because it will avoid the iOS fee. And I've had some people saying they're having trouble with Android users to subscribe. I highly recommend do the computer. It's the cheapest option because, like I said, it avoids the iOS fee, and it's only $12 a month. I do day trades. I alert all my day trades. I have had a really nice day trades today. But other than that, I think you guys are going to love it. I do, my favorite service is day trades, but this is part of like a swing trade service where I would alert price to pull back into this area of interest and then resume that uptrend. Just like open. I mean, the same patterns you'll see, guys. You see where open, if you caught it early, this is where plug is at. This is the phase where plug is at. It's unsustainable. It pulls on back down to the crucial EMAs, where you have Sapir as the 5, makes that dead cat bounce where you make that money, go break even, goes back down to the 10 and 20. And all these areas are interest. And as you can see, look at the next big move it made. Comes back to the 10, pushes up, comes back up, comes back to the 5, pushes up. And then it goes down because it's just so overextended, right? But awesome. But I'm telling you guys are going to love this strategy. Get your chart set up. I have all the information you need. Swing trading education, watch indicator setup tutorial. Day trading is my favorite service. How to make 100% option gains step by step. You're going to love that. But definitely join the Discord. $12 a month. Click the link down below in YouTube comments below to join. And it'll take you to this free chat landing page. If you have any questions, let me know. And I'll see you guys there. I go live every day. And we're going to make some money. Peace out.